month. We looked at divine friendship, and we took our text from the book of John, John chapter 15, reading from verse 12. It said, "This is my commandment." John chapter 15, reading from verse 12. It said, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. It's a greater love has no one than this. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. Say, you are my friends if you do what I command you. Say, no longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. For I have called you friends. For all that I have heard from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and I appointed you that you go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give to you. These things I command you, so that you will love one another. So that you will love one another. You can look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, whether you like it or not, I must love you. I love you compulsorily. Compulsorily. Whether you like it or not. Because that's the commandment. The only way you and I can be the friend of the Lord is to love one another, to obey his commandment. We are going to look at the key ingredients of divine friendship. What are the key ingredients of divine friendship? For you to have somebody as your friend, and when we talk about having God as our friend, the first thing that we need to know is that we must know him. We must have a knowledge of this God. We must have a knowledge of him. The book of Hosea chapter 6 verse 6. Hosea chapter 6 verse 6 says, "For I desire steadfast love and not sacrifice, the knowledge of God rather than burnt offering." The knowledge of God rather than the burnt offering. In Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, which we are very familiar with, it said, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I reject you from being a priest to me. And since you have forgotten the law of your God, I will also forget your children." He said, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, lack of the knowledge of this God. It's impossible for you to take somebody as a friend if you don't know that person. Let's get out of even being spiritual now. In your day-to-day life, can you have somebody that you don't know as a friend? It's not possible. You can't say, "This is my friend," somebody that you don't even know his name, you don't know where he lives, you don't know anything. Say somebody is your friend, you say, "Where is he living?" I don't know where he's living. You say, that person is not your friend, then he's an acquaintance. Because if he's your friend, you will not only know him, you know where he's living, you know his wife, you know her husband, you know the children and things, and you know even some of even the extended family. I know even there when we are growing up, some of my uncles, my aunties, some of their friends, we also know those friends and their children and like that. It's like that, because when somebody is your friend, you need to have a knowledge of it. And so in the same thing, if you say, "This God is my friend, I have a friendly relationship with this God," then you must be able to say, "I know this God. I know him. I know what he can do." And you know when you say you know somebody, They come and tell you that, I saw this person doing the same. No, it is nothing. I am sure he will not do that. That person, I know, I say I know him. And at the end of the day, they will not come and say, yes, you are right. It was not what we thought. It was another person. Say, I told you. They will not do that. I know him very, very well. That is when you say you know that person. You have a knowledge of that person. I remember one time when I was a young boy, and I went for a party in one of my uncle's house. And those days, we had this boogie. And I was dancing with a woman, and my uncle switched on the light. And when he would leave the room, go out, and when he switched on the light, I'll go back and switch it off. He will come back again, switch on the light. When he leaves the room, I go and switch it off. Then he came home after the party to tell my parents that I was switching on the lights and your son. And he mentioned my senior brother's name. Because I was wearing boogie. So he thought it was my senior brother. So he thought it was my senior brother that was doing it. And my mom said, I don't think that what we do it to. He's a very gentle person. But I'm sure it is Femi that did it. I'm going to say, you mean I don't know them? And you mean I cannot distinguish Femi from his brother? I know it is his brother that did it. And my mom said, no, I don't think so. I know my children. The one that can do that is Femi. So they called the two of us. I said, who amongst you? I told you, it's Femi. I'm God today for Christ. Praise the Lord. So he was able to say, I know my children. I have that relationship. I know one who is rascally, who is so innocently rascal. Have you heard of that word before? I was innocently rascal. Praise the Lord. So you must know that person. You must know God. Number 2, you must be steadfast with the Lord, irrespective of your circumstances. You must be steadfast with this God, irrespective of your circumstances. In the book of Job chapter 2, verse 9, that's Job's wife speaking to him. Then his wife said to him, do you still hold fast your integrity? Curse God and die. But he said to her, you speak as one of the foolish women who speak. Shall we receive good from God? And shall we not receive evil? In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. After having experienced all those travails, all those challenges, Job was still steadfast with God. He said, shall you receive good from God and not expect to receive evil? When you say somebody is your friend, that does not mean everything will go all the time. Isn't it? There will be challenges. I was telling somebody on Friday, I said, anybody can tell you that any marriage is made in heaven, that person is lying. There is no marriage that you don't have challenges. Am I lying?
No.
And somebody without challenges, we disagree because you come from different backgrounds, different things, you see things different. You are two individuals. But that does not mean that because you disagree, everything has to scatter. You get what I'm saying now? So you have challenge, and the same thing with God. Even though God is giving you good things, at times you face challenges. It doesn't mean that He's not there. It doesn't mean that He does not love you. But some of these challenges are supposed to bring out the best in us. It's not until you put fire, and not until you put gold in fire, it's not purified. For you to purify it, has to go through fire. And after that, it remains good. No matter how long. You buy gold for 20, 30, 40 years, it just still remains the same. Except you buy GL. But if it is original gold, buy a 10-carat gold, it still remains so. Because it has passed through what? The fire. So that no matter what, if God is truly your friend, you must be what? Steadfast to the end, no matter the challenges you may face. Number 3 is that you must have the fear of this God. You must have the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord. When we're talking about the fear of the Lord, it doesn't mean that it's a situation where you are seeing God as somebody is going to destroy you. No, when you talk about fear of God, it's the reverence. The reverence of God. You see, at times, some of us may get too familiar with God. There needs to be that reverence of Him. When we come into His presence, we have to reverence Him. You know, when you go to Buckingham Palace, how many of you have been there before? Okay, you've been there. Okay. I go there regularly. When I'm going, tell me, I'll take you along. Praise the Lord. So if you go there, and then you see the Queen, you'll give her due respect. You won't see the Queen talking to you and you are eating. She's trying to shake your hand and you are eating or you are doing something else. You get what I'm saying now? You give her the respect. And if we can respect the earthly Queen, why shouldn't we respect the heavenly God? The one who put the Queen on the throne. The one who can move the Queen when it desires. Nobody knows when she's going to go. You can see somebody in the morning and the night, you can hear that person is gone. It's God that has the power. So that we need to reverence Him. We need to have that fear. The book of Proverbs 28, verse 14. Proverbs 28, verse 14 says, "Blessed is the one who fears the Lord always. But whoever hardens his heart will fall into calamity." That means that a person that does not fear God will what? End up in a calamity. And none of us want to end up in calamity. So that we have to ensure that at all times we have the fear of this God in our heart. And you see, when you fear God, you won't be able to do evil. If you want to do something, the fear of God will not make you to do it. Because you fear God. You want to take something that does not belong to you. Because you fear God, you know that God is seeing you. You know, when you go to the supermarket, there is a CCTV everywhere. Some people go to the supermarket, they do not steal, not because they don't want to steal, but because they know that if they steal, CCTV camera will pick them up. And then when they are going, the security will just say, "Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. Can I see your bag?" So that's why some don't steal. It's not because they don't want to steal. You get what I'm saying now? So it's the fear of being caught by CCTV camera. And God's eyes is everywhere. So that's the CCTV camera that is watching everything that we are doing. So He sees everything. So that we need to have the fear of this God at all times. And that takes us to the next one, which is similar to it. That person does not conceal. He does not conceal his sins from God. The same Proverbs 28 verse 13. Proverbs 28:13 says, whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. Whoever conceals it will not prosper. That means that if you are doing something, you are hiding it. What are you doing? You are piling it up. If you eat today and you don't wash the plate, you put it under the bed. You eat tomorrow, put it under the bed. You go to KFC, McDonald's, everything, pizza, everything you are putting it there, where? Under the bed, and you are putting bed sheets to cover it. After some time, they will begin to what? Smell. And that smell will be a stench. And that stench, what happens? The stench can kill. You get what I'm saying now? So, and that is how it is with our sins. If you commit sin and you keep on concealing it, just go to this God. He's a merciful God. That does not mean we have to keep on living in sin, but He's merciful. He said in the book of 1 John chapter 1 verse 9, He said, if you and I confess of our sins, He said, He shall be just and faithful to forgive us all our sins and cleanse us of our unrighteousness. You see, David looked at it and said, in sins, my mother conceived me. In sins, I was conceived. In sins, I was born. He realized his follies. When Prophet Nathan came to meet David, and he told him the story about Bathsheba, about a man who took another man's wife, and this. And David said, oh, we have to deal with that person. That person must die. That person must this. You know, it's easy to condemn other people. Very, very easy to condemn other people. But Prophet Nathan now told him that, look, you are the person. It is you I am talking about. And immediately, he prostrated, asked God for His mercy. And God had mercy on him. And even when the child that was born, then that child was sick, he refused to eat. He was fasting, praying to God. And when that child died, he rejoiced. It's ironic, because he rejoiced that God has taken away that reproach away from him completely. That God has forgiven him completely. So let's look at ourselves. There are certain things we have done which are wrong, and we are still hiding it. Let's go to this God and say, Lord, have mercy on me. I want to restitute my ways. Just be merciful unto me. Because many things we do that are wrong. There are things we do out of ignorance. The book of Ephesians chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4. And I read from verse 23. Say, and to be renewed the spirit of your mind, and to put on a new self, created after the likeness of God, in true righteousness and holiness. Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one body. Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and give no opportunity to the devil. Let the thief no longer steal, but rather let him labor, doing honest work with his own hands, so that we may have something to share with anyone in need. Let no corruption talk come out of your mouth, but only such as is good for building up, as it fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. Say, and do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, by whom you are sealed for the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all the malice. So be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you. So many things there that we all do. And we claim to love our brother. Say, yes, you can be angry, but do not let the sun go down. Many of us do it, even we husband and wife. We get angry with each other, and we do the silence. We don't talk to each other. We are smiling. Am I lying?
Not me.
Not you, okay.
Always with them.
Always with them. I agree. And then the husband sleeps face this side, the wife sleeps face that side. Somebody said that the easiest way to know when the husband and the wife are in the car, when the man is driving and the woman is beside, is when the two of them are not talking. The man is looking here and the woman is looking there. Then you know that they are husband and wife. But when you see a man and a woman in the car, the two of them are smiling, you speak probably their boyfriend and girlfriend. I would say, yes, you can be angry, but don't let the sun go down on it. That, yeah, you guys, don't steal what belongs. You can't say you love somebody and you steal what belongs to another person. But if you work, labor, honestly, say, let no corrupting talks comes out of your mouth. You love somebody and you are blaspheming, you are saying, backbiting, saying evil things about that person. What do you say about the other person? Do you speak positively about that person? Or do you speak negatively? Do you see a person and you smile at that person, and when that person is not there, say, you know, you can do it. You see the person, and then you turn back and let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth, but only such as is good for building up, as is fit for the occasion, so that those who hear it may be blessed in the process. And he also said, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you with all malice. Do not hold bitterness against anybody. I know people will offend you. You see, one of the ways the enemy tries to deny us of our blessing is anger. And the people that will make you angry are members of your family. Are you getting me? Members of your family or your very, very close friend. You might see a situation where you just finished praying, you are so excited, and the next thing, you just get to the kitchen and your son or your daughter does something or your wife does something that offends you, and immediately you see yourself boiling. And what happened? The victory you have gotten, in the place of prayer, in the place of praise, in the place of fasting, that victory suddenly disappeared. The enemy brings in anger. Because when you are angry, the enemy has justification over you in the presence of God. So say, you said this person, they should not be angry. And he's angry. So it doesn't belong to you. It's mine. Pray. Please let me have him back. You understand what I'm saying now? You see, it's like a court of law. In the court of law, your lawyer, your solicitor wants to defend you. They will start quoting the law. According to section 445, subsection 2 of the Constitution, it says this. And this person has not done that. For that reason, my Lord, I submit that this person is guilty. And the enemy goes to God and says, by the reason of your word, that you say, yes, we can be angry, but we should not allow the sun to set. We should not hold bitterness. We should not hold malice. We should not have any corrupt talk in our mouth. But this person is holding bitterness, is angry with his wife, is angry with his children, is angry with this, is angry with that. For that reason, that blessing you want to give him, my Lord, I submit, he does not deserve it. And that is it. Anger has denied us our blessing several times. That is the trick of the enemy. You find that most times when you just finish praying and fasting, that is when something will come and anger you. When you are joyous at times, somebody will just do something that will offend you. It's the trick of the enemy. When you see that, just take a step back, ask for cold water, drink cold water, and look at the person in the face that I will not allow you to make me miss my blessing. I love you compulsorily. Whether you like it or not. Because that's what the enemy wants to do. And we should not give him that opportunity to do it. Because that is what he wants. We learn to forgive people. Forgive them. Because if you don't forgive people, how will God forgive you? People will always offend you, whether you like it or not. You cannot control what people will do. You can only control yourself. So in as much as we accept that fact that we cannot control others, somebody said that when you are driving, you should assume that every other road user is a mad person. And that's the best way to avoid an accident. So you cannot control others, but you can control yourself. So have that self-discipline to control yourself. In the same context, if you read Colossians chapter 3, from verse 13, it says, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And above all, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you are called in one body, and be thankful. Let love bind you together. When love binds us together, we won't see the faults in the other person. We won't see the faults. We will be ready to accept their weaknesses. We all have our weaknesses. It's the only way we want to lie. That we say there is nothing, I have no weakness. We all have our weak areas. So, why don't you just accept that person as that person is? Because in the first instance, God is accepting you the way you are. You are not perfect in the sight of God. So he has accepted you the way you are. So accept that person. Yeah, if the person does something you don't like, you can tell that person to correct that person, so that that person will not do it again. But at times, you don't even bother to tell that person. Say me, I don't want to have anything to do that again. And at times, you might have offended the person, and that person may not even know that he has offended you. You see, most especially those of us who are pastors. You can have misinterpretation of our messages and things like that. People can say that the way you look at, see the way he was looking at me. He looked at me from up to down, as if it is not God that created me. And for all you care, that person may just fix his eyes on you, and his mind is somewhere else. You know, you might be looking at something and you may not even be thinking about that thing at all. And that person comes to say, look at the way he even look at me. Oh, that person said he ignored me. I was even greeting him. He did not even answer me. And she said, I'm speaking. It's not deliberate. That person may be fully occupied. His mind is somewhere else. You know, where I come from. Say, the mother is thinking, and then the child is preparing, what do you call it now? Gary is tearing. You know, in my local language, you have ronu, that means thinking. But when it's also say ro also means tearing. So where the mother is thinking, the child is busy preparing soup, stirring something up. So your mind is somewhere else. And that person thinks that it's about him or her. So you offend people at times you don't even know that you have offended them. You give people gifts at times, they say, you know, at times when we travel back home to Africa, and you buy gifts for people, and you give them, and say the whole of London, ordinary scarf. The whole of London, ordinary scarf. That's what it was for me. I don't know whether you have experienced it. As if that ordinary scarf, you picture it on the street of London. You spend money to buy it. And you might have taken your time going from one shop to another trying to get something good for them. And you take it to them, and then you give it to them and say, oh, I love London. So you offended them, and they take offense at you because of that. Because you've given them a gift. This is what you can afford. You're not going to steal because you want to give them a gift. So things like that happens. So we have to be careful. So we need to operate in love. You have to be someone God can trust. There's a difference between saying that I trust God and God taking you as someone He can trust. You know, if you want to take somebody as a friend, let's get out of this spiritual. If you want to take somebody as a friend, who are you looking for? Somebody you can trust. Not necessarily somebody who trusts you, but somebody I can trust is what you are looking for. And the same thing with God. He's looking for those He can trust, those He can entrust the kingdom work into their hands. Those who can say, yes, this is my son. I know if I give him this, if I give him wealth, he will use it for the betterment of the people. I know if I do this for him, I know that. And that's why he was able to say about Abraham, that I know he will teach his children the ways of the Lord. It's my friend. And because he trusted Abraham such that when God wanted to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he said, oh, it is not possible for me to do anything like this without first consulting Abraham. And he went to meet Abraham. He was already on his, he had already made up his mind to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. He has made up his mind to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. But they said, how can I do this without first of all telling Abraham? Let me go and ask him. How do they feel about it? And then himself and Abraham started negotiating. If it is this, if it is that. the level of trust he had for Abraham, so that he feels that there's nothing I can do without first confiding. You know, you have a friend that everything you want to do, you ask him first of all. You want to set up a business, you ask that friend, I'm thinking I want to set up this business. What do you feel about it? This. I want to do this, I want to do that. I feel like traveling back to Africa. What do you feel? Everything you want to do, you want to ask that friend. Because of the trust you have in that friend. If you do not trust that friend, you will not confide in that person. Will you confide in somebody that the moment you finish, before you even finish confiding, you know the whole world has already heard? That if you tell him your secret, it's better for you to go to CNN than to tell that person. Because CNN, not everybody may watch it, but if you tell that person, he will tell everybody. You get what I'm saying now? So you have to, God is looking for those he can trust. Can you and I be looked at by God as those whom he can trust? I will continue from there next week, because our time is up. It is those looking at the qualities of those whom God can really trust. Whether God can really trust you. Whether God can give the kingdom work in your hand and say, I trust this my son, I trust this my daughter. He will do it. Praise the Lord. Praise Jesus.